Here I can see some interesting cross sections that I can find when I cut a cone by a plane. Now, if you slice a cone with a plane parallel to the base, like this one that appears here, like this blue one, the cross section is a circle. As you can see, this orange circle, and it's similar to the circle of the base. Okay? Now, if I begin to move this plane a little bit like that, when this plane now both cuts at an angle. When the plane cuts both sides of the cone with an angle, not horizontal as before, it forms an ellipse. Okay? Now, if I move my plane a little bit more until this plane cuts one of the sides of the cone and the base. So this forms a parabola. Okay, this is called a parabola. Now, if I move a little bit more, and now I cut my cone with a vertical plane, this forms a triangle. As you can see here, this orange triangle. Again, when my plane is parallel to the base, it forms. When my plane cuts the both of the sides with a certain angle, يبقى the cross section is an ellipse. When the plane cuts one of the sides of the cone and the base of the cone passes through the base of the cone, it forms a parabola. And when my plane is perpendicular on the base, it forms a triangle. I have a cylinder and a plane. When my plane is parallel to the base, as you can see here, it forms this red cross section, which is a circle exactly like the base and like the lid. Okay, now if I move with my horizontal plane and make it with a certain angle, cutting the cylinder, it will form an ellipse. As you can see, this red cross section is an ellipse now. Okay, and if I go more towards the vertical, look what's beginning to be formed. I'm beginning to get a rectangle. Okay, يبقى when my plane is perpendicular on the base, then it forms a cross section in the shape of a rectangle, as you can see in my figure here. Okay. Now here, I'm going to talk about what can 2D shapes, when they rotate around a certain axis, form from 3D shapes. Now, if I have here a triangle, as you can see here, and I want to rotate this triangle around this axis that's passing through this center point. Okay, then what is going to happen? Look carefully, please. What is this shape formed? It's a cone. Then when I rotate a triangle around a certain axis, and this triangle is stuck to this axis, it's going to form a solid cone. Okay, here you can see the cone from many angles. Here is my cone formed of the triangles. You can see it like this. Okay, then if I open it again, I'm going to bring my triangle once more. And here, if I have a rectangle and I have this axis here with the purple point at the end, okay, and I want to rotate this rectangle around the axis, what will I get? Look carefully. My rectangle is rotating around the axis. Oh, it formed a cylinder. Okay, if you want to see the cylinder from many angles, here is my cylinder. It's formed from rotating a rectangle around the axis. Now, do you want to get my rectangle another time? Here it is. This is my rectangle. Okay. And here, if I rotate a circle around its diameter, look what I will get. I will get a sphere. Okay. I will get a sphere. This is produced from rotating the circle along its diameter. Now, if I want to see the sphere from many angles, this is my sphere. Okay, this is my sphere. The cross section of the sphere is the circle. Okay, it divides it into two equal parts. I open it again, and I'm going to get my circle. Okay, and you can see me here rotating a triangle around an axis, okay, and it will form, as you can see, a cone. Fine. It's rotating around an axis, a vertical axis, to form